I downloaded my satellite imagery. You can easily access the satellite imageries from USGS site. I already downloaded it and I connect folder first. First, I open the ArcGIS map, then I go to folder connection option and connect my required folder where I downloaded my satellite imagery. Okay. Already I have, but I show you how to connect the folder. Okay. Here is my folder. I already connected it and see, I have already downloaded my satellite imagery from USGS site according to my choice or my research area interest. So there is the raw satellite imagery of Landsat 5. Here's some satellite data. They are at the band number. Primarily, I select B1 band. Then I go to B2. This system similar for everyone and go to 3. Then go to 4 and select 5 now. Then 6. Then 7. We took here 7 data. These are the data set. These are the raw band. Okay. We primarily composite our image from the different 7 bands. How to composite our data? We should go image analysis option. Okay. This is image analysis toolbox. We go to image analysis toolbox. Here are our 7 bands showing. We select all these 7 bands. Okay. Then go to composite band option. From this option we can easily composite our 7 data in a single composite image. Okay, here our composite image generated. We can export the data in a single layer. Okay, how to export this data? Right click on the composite image and go to the data button, then go to the export data option. Here we can observe 7 bands already showing 30x30 resolution observing, and the location where we wanted to export this data here already showing the C drive. We cannot change the site name, and we can change the name of the composite image. This is the Sundarban map, so we write the name as Sundarban composite. Name as Sundarban composite. Okay, then go to the save option and wait until it is saved. When we selecting the bands, we cannot select the bands. We definitely select the band accordingly 1 2 3 4 5 6, not 1 2 5 7. This is the not system of selecting the band. Okay, now our composite image has been generated. Would you like to add the exported data on the map layer? We can select the yes option, and our Sundarban composite export map has been generated. Now we remove all the previous data. Okay, entire training will be applying on this particular Sundarban composite data. This is our data, and here red, green, blue 3 band has been observed. As this is a satellite Landsat 5 data, so we can change the red, green, blue as 4-3-2 combination. This is the actual false color composite for identifying the features that we wanted to create for our land use land cover classification. I have already read and learned about the data set from the USGS site, and I already prepare a data set how to identify the land use features from the Landsat 5 imageries. So USGS have an option to identifying the features from the false color composite. This is the data that I have already extracted from USGS site. From this site, I can be access the features from this Landsat data. Here I go for 4-3-2, that is false color composite, and from this composition I can identify my land use land cover features easily. Here the all vegetation feature observed by the red color and the blue color showing as water body, and other features like ice, snow, cloud area, white and cyan color. This is very popular band combination useful for vegetation study, monitoring drainage, soil pattern, and various stages of crop growth. Okay, and dense population area, urban areas are shown as light blue color. From this band combination, we can easily identify our desired land use land cover features. So how could you identify all the features? First, we need to create a training sample for generating the SVM and maximum likelihood classification. For both classification, we are creating a single number training sample. Okay, first we go to the classification button. This is our classification toolbox. Okay, from here we are selecting our Sundarban composite, the base map. We are go to the training sample manager. First of all, I want to say for SVM, you can identify a few number of pixel that can be accessed easily for your land use land covers change. But in case of MLC, you need to collect maximum number of pixel or training sample to generate the MLC or maximum likelihood supervised classification. This is the basic difference of two classifications. SVM can be possible with less or few number of pixel that cannot be possible in MLC. So from this analysis, we can identify easily the few number of pixel, how generate the accurate and perfect land use land cover image. So we are here selecting some features for land use land cover analysis. Like we are selecting vegetation. Vegetation may be 2-3 types, like healthy vegetation, normal vegetation, sparsely vegetated area. So here we are two type of vegetation has been choose. There is healthy vegetation and sparsely vegetated area. We will extract it, and agricultural field also extracted, and water body and urban area. So how could you identify these features? First, we create the training sample manager, then go to the draw polygon option. Here we are selecting draw polygon, not other option, because only draw polygon option we can create for our requirement. But in draw circle and draw rectangular, it is a by default generated system where you cannot choose your requirement wise. Okay, so we are decided to choose the draw polygon option. And now we are creating our land use land cover features. First, we are creating the urban areas features. As we are collecting the data set condition, that is 432, here we can observe dense populated urban areas are shown in light blue color. Maximum number of training sample we will try to collect. So light blue color. Overall the map we will collect the training sample, not a particular portion. For everywhere map should be represented the training sample. That will be create an accurate map for LULC. So light blue color is observed here. So first of all, you need to maximize the image for accurate collection of training sample, because pixel are more similar when it minimize. Okay, so try to zoom out your image, zoom in your image. So maximum zoom in I have done, and I have select now my urban areas. How could I select? This is the light blue color. Here 3 pixel has been observed, light blue color. First, I took this pixel with the polygon system. Okay, then the next training for next, here I select again 3 pixel for urban areas. First, I select urban areas and try to collect the light blue color according to satellite imagery condition, false color composite system, light blue representing the urban areas. Okay. Don't try to take the training sample for from a single region. Try to collect the training sample from overall the region. It will help you to provide the accurate condition of land use land cover. Okay, this is our urban area again. We will try take maximum number of training samples. Sometimes pixel looks similar when it zoom out, but when it zoom in the pixel, you can see the actual color of the pixel. That is why we must zoom in the map as much as possible. Okay. This is cyan blue or light blue color for urban area. By this method, we can easily extract our urban area features. See, if you done any mistake to collecting our training sample, how could you delete this pixel? Just click on this and go to the cross button, that is delete training sample. Particular training sample has been deleted. Okay, by this method you can delete your training sample. Again, I collect this as my urban area. Next, we will zoom out the map and search another region, because we will collect the training sample from overall the map. This is our urban area. you will try to take the training sample as much as accurate by pixel to pixel. In SVM, margin or hyperlane is separated very prominently, but in case of MLC, the marginal line has not been properly identified, so that you are very responsible to take the training sample properly by pixel to pixel. Okay. We will take more number of urban areas because urban areas is most critical features in land use land cover. So this is our cyan blue or light blue color. You can clip some area from your main area according to your research interest, but I am doing here with all over the Sundarban region for your better understanding. Okay. These all are the urban area I am choosing as training sample. Okay, now I again zoom out from this area and go to this area. Maybe here some urban areas has been observed. As we know, Sundarban is a main core mangrove zone. So the main part of mangrove has no urban areas, but other part of Sundarban have some major population like Sagar Island, Ghodamara Island. This is Sagar Island. Hopefully, here some population or urban areas has been observed. So these are the urban areas. Okay. Sagar Island is most populated island and famous island for Sundarban region. Okay. I am zoom out from this area because I'm not clearly visualize the urban areas. So before collecting the training sample, you need to confirm your pixels. This is the primary condition to create a accurate land use land cover map. You are confirm the area or confirm the composition of any features. Wrong pixel identification provide you low accuracy land use land cover map. So here are some urban areas observed. By this method, try to take for SVM minimum 20 that I took. But if you did only MLC method, you will take 50, 60, more than 60 training samples. Okay. So that is the specialty of SVM. You can use few number of training samples. So I have choose 20 number of training sample for my first land use features, that is urban area. Okay. How could I march this? First, I select all these 20 training data and go to this March training sample. Okay, this is the single class has been generated. That is class 1. I named as urban area. Okay. If you want to dismerge this, you can go to this split option and you can split again this training samples. So no need to split this. Next, we have select two type of vegetation. First is healthy vegetation. Second is sparsely vegetated area. So how could I identify the sparsely vegetated area? The hot pink color or red type color, that is core red color, is indicating the mangrove core vegetation. That is the core vegetation or healthy vegetation area, because I have the band combination where it has been clearly written that healthy vegetation, while lighter red signifies grassland or sparsely vegetated, and deep red hues indicate the broadleaf or healthier vegetation. By this combination, I can easily identify the healthy vegetation as well as the sparse vegetation. So, sparse, how could I identify the sparse vegetation area? Go to the light pink color or pink color areas as grassland or sparsely vegetated area. From this area, I can found some sparsely vegetated area. This is the light pink color selected as a sparsely vegetated area. See the difference of two colors is the sparsely vegetated area. Again, go to the another region of the area to find out properly the sparsely vegetated area. First, I zoom out the map. It is quite time consuming for identifying properly the each feature class. Okay, these are the sparsely vegetated area. Here some healthy vegetation also observed, but I will choose the sparsely vegetated area, light pink color. Okay, this also light pink as sparsely vegetated or grassland. Okay, here few areas has been observed as sparsely vegetated area. So next we go to another side of the map. It is important to identify properly two type of vegetation, otherwise the map will be provide you bad accuracy while you generating the LULC map through SVM or MLC. So this is some area of light vegetation or sparsely vegetated or grassland area. Okay, if I zoom in, I also see the light pink color. Here also some light pink pixel has been observed. Okay, zoom out again go to the another part of the map. This is the pattern to collecting the training sample. You must try this type of collection method. Don't try to take a single region training sample, otherwise it will not provide accurate accuracy. Okay, here are some difficulties to identify the sparsely vegetated area, so I leave this type of region. Here I found some area of sparse vegetation. You need to minutely extract the features. Zoom in the map as much as possible for pixel to pixel training sample collection. Okay. This is the condition for Landsat 5 data. If the condition is Landsat 8, there will be changed the data as 543 combination. As it the combination of Landsat 5, so I took 432 combination. Okay. For 7 and 5, false color composite has been generated by 432 combination. For Landsat 8, it will become generated at 543 combination. Here some vegetation area has been observed prominently. This is a light pink color. Okay. Hope you will understand the color. Again, minimum 20 sample data will be collected. Only 15 done. 5 more we will take. Here prominent visibility observed for grassland. This is the light pink color. Look, I have mistaken. So I delete this cell. Again, select the training sample properly. Don't spread the polygon while collecting the training samples. Okay. Otherwise, another resolution also collected in other pixel. Okay. $18 done. Try to take from another side of the map. Here some cloud disturbance. So the map has been observed as a hazy. So I go to another side for perfect visualization. See. This is the sparsely vegetated area. Again, 20 training sample has been collected. Okay. Again, merge all training sample as sparsely vegetated areas. Select other 20 data set and merge them and write the name as sparsely vegetated area, sparsely vegetation. No need to change the color option. Okay. When our map will be prepared, we change the color from the table of content. Okay. Next, we will go to our third features, that is healthy vegetation. As mangrove is here in the map, so we will collect our healthy vegetated area. So how could you collect this? We minimize the map and go to this area is actually highly vegetated area, that is core mangrove area. Our mangrove region is situated here. So easily we can collect from the deep red or deep pink color. This is the deep color combination is indicating the highly dense vegetation. Okay, this is the high dense vegetated area. It is very easy to collect it because sparsely vegetated area is somehow not identified by pixel, but vegetated area is identified easily because the color combination. If you have problem to identify, you can zoom it maximum to identify through accurate pixel size, 13 to 30 pixel size and resolution provide you the better enhancement training sample. Okay. Here some very high dense vegetation or healthy vegetation has been observed. Zoom out the area. Again, go to the another region. From this, zoom in, and this is the red color, that is healthy vegetation indicated. See how much I maximize the map. You will also try to maximize as much as possible to collect accurate data set. Not to spread the training sample to other pixel. Otherwise, when it will be generate, wrong image has been prepared. Okay. Here some fade pixel color has been observed, so we will leave that and go to the another side of the map. Here most of the parts have highly dense vegetation. Here some pixel clearly visible to healthy vegetation area. Okay. Need to 7 to complete our training samples. It is not mandatory to take 20 number. As it is a training class, I try to take 20 class. If you try to do it, you may take 30, 40 training sample for accurate image. Okay. Maximum number of training sample provide you maximum accuracy. When you check the accuracy from ground truth data, it will be helpful if you take maximum number of training sample for your analysis. Okay. Mode 3, we will choose from our data. See the difference of color of sparsely vegetated area and healthy vegetated area. Okay. SVM create a marginal line between two feature class, but MLC cannot. So in SVM, if you have some mistake in choosing the training sample, it will be omitted, but in MLC, it will be highlighted by choosing wrong pixel. Okay. as we are doing the two system, so we will try to take accurate pixel size. Okay, our healthy vegetation training sample completed. We will again merge the all data set named as healthy vegetation, select all remaining pixels and go to the merge training sample option and named as healthy vegetation. Healthy vegetation. Okay. Next feature class is agriculture. How could we understand the agriculture field? The yellow color of false color composite indicating the agricultural field. Okay. Here some yellow field has been observed. Here also some yellow field that is a part of agricultural land and that is a part of mangrove specifically identified. Okay. So we will take the agricultural land from the image. So light green to yellow is indicating the agricultural land. Okay. Light green. This is a light green pixel. This is also the light green pixel. This also the light green pixel. Here not only agriculture, here also soil similarly mixed with the pixel. So prominently try to take this yellowish green pixels as agricultural field. Okay. This is our agricultural field. The black and brown colors indicating the soil. We are not taking soil now. We are only choosing the agricultural field from this image. Okay. This light green, yellowish green and light yellow color indicating the agricultural field. Okay. This is also agricultural pixel. This is also, and here some pixel clearly visual for agricultural land. In mangrove area, no agricultural field properly observed, so we will not go for this side. We'll identify it from this side only. Okay. I think this is a wrong pixel I have chosen, so I delete that. Number 10, deleted. Again, I choose this. Okay. Here's some light green pixel. Here also. Look. This part is under agricultural field and this part under the dense forest. So from this part, again, we will collect some training sample for agricultural field. This is also agricultural field. Zoom out again. Here, zoom in the map. I think this brown color is soil, so I leave this pixel. And this is also agricultural field. This is also. Based on the seasonal crop, you can also classify this agriculture in various sector, but we now collecting simple agricultural field. Okay. Here some pixel. Clearly visualize the, oh, again it is a wrong pixel collection, so I delete it. Okay. Next, from here, we select another training sample as agricultural field. See again, I spread my pixel size, so I delete it. Try to collect accurate pixel for any feature class. Okay. 20 features. generated. Now again, I merged all the data named as agriculture. Agricultural land. Okay. Next, the last one, feature class, we will go for water body. Okay. Here, as Sundarban area is a Bay of Bengal connector, so here's the part of Bay of Bengal, and many small estuaries line has been observed. So we can easily collect our fifth feature class, that is water body. So for water body, we are choosing this deep navy blue color for our water body. As the light blue is urban, very similar to urban and water, so don't be confused. Deep navy blue color considered as water body. So from where you are comfortable, you are choosing this pixel as water body. In water body, shallow water are also observed where soil and sand has been mixed with the water. So try to take the pixel from clean water bodies. Okay. Deep navy blue indicating the clear water body color. So it is easy to identify. Otherwise, shallow water contains the soil and sand also. So there have some problem to generate the exact training sample. So I try to collect from the deep water body area. Nearest shoreline areas has been observed the shallow water probably. So I will choose this deep ocean area for collecting the water bodies. Okay. Go to the another side. This is the water body. See, I'm choosing only deep navy blue color for water body. By choosing this particular pixel, all water body fallen under this training sample after generating the map. So don't be hurry when you collect your data set. It is most important and primary work for creating the map. When you're selecting your training sample, don't be hurry, okay? And selecting all this water body pixels. See, I am not choosing from here because here shallow water has been observed where soil and sand easily identified. So this is not prominently water pixel. Due to this region, I'm go to the underwater pixels where I can easily found the exact water pixels. So I have no confusions for creating the water body. That is why I'm also leave this particular channels because here some shallow water also observed. So again from here I will take some pixel as water body. See after zoom in the map. Okay. This navy blue color I will choose for water body. Okay. 20 pixel has been generated as training sample and merge all this pixel and named as water body. Water body. Okay. Zoom out the map. Otherwise, go to the full extension option, right click and go to the full extension. Okay. Now we are creating our training sample manager box. And this box is very important. We are already selecting the training sample for two classification method. Now we are going to our save training sample option. Save training sample. Sundarban composite named training. Okay. Save the shape file. The extension is shape file format. Okay. We are save our training sample. Now first we are generating our MLC classification method from this training sample. After that we creating our SVM classification method. For this we are going to ArcGIS toolbox. Wait until it has been opened. So from the ARC toolbox, we will go to spatial analysis tool. Spatial analysis tool. Okay. Okay. From this spatial analysis tool, here has option like segmentation and classification. We go to the segmentation and classification option, and first we perform our train maximum likelihood classifier. So click on this train maximum likelihood classifier option, double click on it. Here a box opened. For input raster, we select our base map, that is primary map we generated, Sundarban composite map. Select this, and here a option generated, that is input training sample feature. The features we have already saved in our box, so we open this training sample which was we created in this particular training sample manager box. Okay, so go here and select our Sundarban composite train shapefile and add, and output destination will not change, remain same, and go to the OK option and wait until it has been generated. It will take few seconds because it's a very high file to generate, and our train maximum likelihood classifier option observed here. Again, we will go to here, no map has not changed anything. So we need to go again to the ARC toolbox option. Here an option, that is segmentation and classification option. Under this option, that is classify the raster. Classify raster. Click on this classify raster and again put the input raster, that is base map, Sundarban composite. In input classifier definition file, we need to provide our last generated maximum likelihood map, that is selecting from there. Okay, it is saved in our system. We need to found from here. This is our Sundarban composite train max.ecd is the extension file. So select on this heading and click on the open. Okay, and leave the extension file of output classified raster. Don't change this destination and go to the OK button. Okay, and wait until the map has been generated. We wait for a few seconds until it has been generated. Okay, our map has been generated. See, this is our maximum likelihood classification map. This is our maximum likelihood classification. Now we should change our color combination, that is urban area. Red color indicate the urban area, sparsely vegetated area observed by light green color, and healthy vegetation denoted by this dark green shade. Okay, an agricultural field marked as yellow, and water body indicated by this blue color. And click in this OK option. Okay, this is our final MLC map. See, here have no area we will found. Okay, we will not found any area. First we go to another option of SVM, then we create two area condition. Okay, for the next classification method of SVM, we again go to the classification box, that is ARC toolbox, and go to the segmentation and classification. Here we are completing our second option, that is SVM. For this, we are go to the train support vector machine classifier. Okay, click on this and go to the input raster. Here we have two map now because we have creating MLC also, but we select our primary map that is the composite map generated in the primary condition, that is Sundarban composite. Okay, then again input the training sample. This is our training sample folder and we save our training already. So click on this and select the Sundarban composite.shape. This is extension of save file, and we will not change the output destination, and go to the OK button, and nothing need to change. Okay, and wait until it has been generated. Our training vector machine classifier has been generated. Now we again go to the segmentation and classification option and go to classify raster option again. In input raster, we select our base map, Sundarban composite, where it has been generated. And in input classifier definition file, last ECD extension file need to provide for our map generating. Okay, click on this and go to the C drive where it has generated. Okay, see, we need to found our file specified by date, so you can easily found your training sample. Training sample maximum. Wait for a second. This is maximum likelihood. And this is our training support ECD. .ECD, it is our training support SVM base map that I have selected, and click on the open button. And output destination has not changed for our analysis. Go to the OK button and wait until it has been generated. Okay. Wait until it has been generated. See, now it has been generated. This is our SVM final map. Now we change our color. By the color palette, urban areas indicated red color. Don't change the color palette from MLC because we need to identify the changes between two classification method. Okay. Okay. Urban area, then sparsely vegetated area, light green. Then healthy vegetation indicated by dark green, leaf green color. Agriculture as yellow, and water body blue color. See, this is our final map. You can easily identify the change in two different classification method. Here our SVM map, we can name it as SVM map, and this is MLC map. Both map have no area. Okay, so this is our map. Now I tick off the SVM map. See the difference of MLC map. Here some vegetated area has been prominently observed under the Bay of Bengal, but in SVM it's clearly visualize the changes where vegetation properly observed, agriculture as well as urban and sparsely vegetated area, because SVM clearly identified the feature class from less number of training samples, where MLC is a very traditional method, Gaussian method, that cannot be accessed from small number of pixel, large number of pixel, and assumed dataset can be applied for statistical analysis. Okay, so this is our two type of classification map, but we don't have our area for each classified feature class. So what should we do now for identified or analyze our area? First, for MLC, we go to the ArcGIS Arc Toolbox option, go to the reclass option and go reclassify option. Okay, here in input raster, we click the MLC map. Here the value already observed, we don't change the reclassified destination name. So go to the OK and wait until reclassify map has been generated. Okay, this is our reclassified map. So how could I understand which class is this? Go to the attribute table, and these are the value and count. Okay, we need create a table, that is add field table, that is area, and change the type of float. Okay, and go to the area, click on the button of area and go to field calculator option and click on yes. Now we calculate the area. First click on the count, double click on count, Pixel size 30 into 30. So we write 30 into 30. And for square kilometer, we are divided that 10 lakhs. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. And these are particular area for each training samples. We are creating our area for MLC. Now, click off this button and again go to Arc Toolbox for reclassify the SVM to generating the area. Okay, reclassify for SVM. It is our SVM map and this is old values and new values. We will not change this. Just click on the OK button and it will be generated the SVM reclassify map. Okay. We will not change the color palette from reclassify map because we are working the SVM main map and MLC main map. So it is only required for creating the area. So go to the reclassify option and click on open attribute table. Again, go to the add field option, write area, change the type as float and OK. Now area button has been generated and click on the area and go to the field calculator. Yes. For that, we will clicking on count. We are calculating from the count option. So count into 30. 30 is our pixel size. So when we generate the composite map, we can observe it has 30 into 30. So divided by 1 and 60. Okay. And wait for generate. This is our area for SVM. Okay. We off these areas. And now we can check the change area from the attribute table. This is the area for each features. Okay, for one, it has been observed 2465.532. Please note when you go to the MLC, you can see the difference. See, this is 2530.821. The specified area are different from each and another, but feature class is same, training sample are same. For analysis of SVM, clear identification, we observed the changes. SVM map proper identified the LULC of each features, whether MLC does not provide us the accuracy of land use land cover map. If you go to the Google Earth imagery system to identify your accuracy of LULC map, you can easily identify these areas are not correct and not match for the exact area. So SVM is the perfect machine learning application for fast analysis as well as few number of pixel analysis when you want to generate some LULC map in precise way. So it is the difference between two map of SVM and MLC. We are creating from single training sample manager. We can also generate some random forest from this analysis, segmented that from this particular sample manager. But when we are trying to find the differentiation from 2 or 3 different model, so we need to use single number of training sample that can provide you easily the better classification method. This is the final map of MLC and SVM. Now you can easily frame this map whatever your requirement. If you want to go with the MLC map, you can frame this MLC map. You can want to SVM map as well as you can do the MLC frame map. So this is our final outcome for today's hands-on training. SVM and MLC comparison. SVM is much accurate and precise for LULC classification in recent research condition. Okay. Dr. Shankar?
Yes,
is anyone there? Okay, this is the final outcome map today I generate for 2 classification method. Hope it will be helpful for researcher and student.
No.
So now I off my screen. May I off? You can save it as MXD.
Yes,
just go to save option.
Madam.
Okay, and I save it as Sundarban. For next use, you can just click on this MXD and you can frame this map whenever you record. Okay, just save it out. If I again blank map. Again, I open and then go to file, click on the Sundarban map. Just go to file, open Sundarban 1. And this is already, I have saved. Both map and all reclassified, we can easily found from this save option. Okay. This is our final output from MLC and SVM.